past the hour. Journalists Charlie LeDuff and Steve Niebling joining me here on the Mildred Gaddis Show. Both doing Charlie has done some phenomenal work, investigative work in this area. Steve Niebling still on the case. Steve, how soon do you think we're going to hear something from the federal government in terms of indictments? Generally, when grand juries meet and make decisions, those charges come out the same day.
Well, in this case, it's going to take a little while, because what the subpoenas say is they were looking for all communication between the contractors, Mayor Duggan's office, the building authority, the land bank, and several Michigan agencies. So they're going to have to go through those records, determine who involved in any kind of bid rigging or collusion. So it could take a while before there are charges, because there are so many records still to go through. Which again is why it's so premature for anyone to come out and say that Mayor Duggan isn't the subject of this investigation, because at this point they're still gathering records. And one of the things that was discovered, and it's one of the things that Charlie first revealed, and this was a discovery that was made by the Treasury Office as well as the FBI, is that most of the communication between the city, and that includes the Land Bank, Building Authority, and Mayor Duggan, that correspondence between those groups and the contractors, almost all of it was done on private email and on private cell phones. So this clearly was done as a way to try to make sure that this wasn't subject to open records laws. Unfortunately, during the subpoena process, they can demand that those records be released, whether or not they were used on private emails and private text messages. So there was certainly an attempt to make sure that this wasn't done on public computers. And this is important, because it shows that there was an unwillingness to get. They wanted to make sure that this information didn't get out, and just by virtue of using a private email and private cell phone raises so many questions about whether something was illegally done, and whether they used those whether they used the private email and they used the private phone in order to keep those records from becoming public.
I'm curious, Charlie LeDuff, how likely is it that the Bloomfield Hills businessman who was retaliated against, you interviewed him and you asked him if he went to the meeting, and he said, no, I didn't go, and I advised him not to have it. After that, he was retaliated against, accused of fudging an invoice for, I think, $5,000. Of course, he was exonerated in federal court. How likely is it that he's somebody they'll be talking with too in this investigation?
Well, let me see. First of all, it was circuit court, yeah. And it's important to say, as soon as the Free Press does a follow-up to the work I was doing, the very next day the guy's indicted for attempted fraud, and jury comes back in 3 hours, which includes a lunch break, and finds him not guilty of the charges, because apparently the guy figured the fix was in, so he tape recorded the conversations, and the state never bothered to even interview him to see the validity of this thing. So it really smells. So will the guy? Yeah, well, he's also a subject of this, isn't it? Because when you read these subpoenas, they want communications with him and his company and with the mayor's office, which does make you a subject. Now, let's remember, innocent till proven guilty, there might be no charges. None. Absolutely, that's a very good proposition. I'm not the federal government. Having said that, it's so bad, here we are. You'll also remember that they suspended the demolition program for 2 months, and nobody, not even board members,